Welcome back.
Hey, what's up, guys? Marvel Madness and Sin City Cards here. Sin City Comics. Sorry, we've changed some stuff around, guys.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 16 is upon us. Always, every week, we have a special guest that we'll be introducing here momentarily. We are going to be covering quite a bit of news today, and we're also going to be covering some Fleer Ultra Avengers here in a second. Before we do that, though, how's your week been, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. I got some pickups that I'll be showing too, and those who haven't watched my YouTube, I'm going to show them tonight, and we'll just go from there and get into some good stuff, man.
Awesome, man. Well, everybody here knows what time it is. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
All right. Should we invite our guest in here? We have Tim Rails. What's up? Marvel Cards.
What's up, guys? Hey, fellas. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Glad you can make it tonight, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. This is my debut on the channel, and well, maybe not on the channel. I was in your Christmas thing.
It's all good. No, for sure.
Kind of my Facebook or my YouTube debut tonight, I guess.
Yeah. No, we welcome you.
Yeah, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself to everybody that's watching.
Yeah. Well, so I admin a Facebook card group that you guys might know a little bit about. It's the Marvel Cards group on Facebook. We're approaching 4,000 members, getting pretty high up there. But it was a group that I started back in about 2018. And it was kind of built around when the Fleer Ultra X-Men set was releasing. And basically just like invited all the artists that were working on the set, you know, the sketch card artists and the actual like painting artists and stuff. And just got a bunch of people invited to the group and stuff and made it a big kind of a big deal like when it released. And it just turned into a card collecting group, you know, it just evolved into what it is now. So it was kind of fun.
That's cool. I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's
pretty sick. Man. Well, a couple little shout outs to everybody that's just started coming in here. Funkin' Mint, what's up? Old Timer Gaming. Kellen, my nephew, what's up? We got Venom. I've received a couple good comments from him on YouTube, so thanks, appreciate that. What's up, Brittany? How's it going? And we got Armando here so far. So anybody in the chat, if you have any questions for Tim, just shout out, and while we discuss what's going on, he'll go ahead and answer them. So for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tim.
I was going to say, I'll say a couple more things. I don't like to talk about myself too much.
Well, I was just going to say, keep going, bud.
I'll also mention that I do Whatnot a lot. I'm on Whatnot a lot nowadays, and it's still under the name Marvel Cards US. Mostly I direct like traffic back to the Facebook group because there's so much, I think, disinformation on Whatnot still right now. And so I've been trying to like get people to come to the group and like learn about Marvel Cards and stuff like that. And it's been a lot of fun, but I've been on there for about a year now. So if anybody's on Whatnot, go check me out. I'm under Marvel Cards US.
Yeah, and he definitely gives his cards away. I mean,
sometimes a little too much.
Well, there's a lot of guys on there that just want to make money. They just care about money. But Tim is really genuine, and he really cares about people collecting these Marvel cards. So I just want to give you props to you on just giving that as the community and giving it to the community. That's really what you do. So that's awesome, Tim.
Yeah, I'm kind of like the Robin Hood, I guess, but I'm not like rich enough to like give away like all of my stuff, but I'm definitely trying to give everybody good deals.
That's awesome.
You can hoard some stuff. It's okay.
Yeah. We all do.
Yeah. So who's your favorite character?
Well, that's kind of a weird question because I've been asked that a lot recently, and it seems like up until about a year ago, I never even really had one or thought about having one. You know, I just kind of liked everybody. And like growing up, I obviously liked Wolverine. We liked like Gambit and stuff, watching those cartoons and stuff. Wolverine was obviously like huge, but like as an adult, it's interesting because my daughter is a huge fan of Storm. So I've been collecting Storm cards for her, and it's turned into kind of a fun thing. And then also, like, I've realized that I really enjoy Professor X, which is a weird character. I think a lot of people are kind of like, that's like nobody collects Professor X, but I actually have been collecting Professor X for a little while now, and I kind of enjoy it. So those two are probably my top two that I collect right now.
Yeah, Professor X, that raised my eyebrows as soon as you said that.
Yeah.
Like, really?
And it's kind of cool because nobody really does, so it's actually kind of easy to snag some Professor X cards.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, let's ask a few more questions before we dive into Avengers.
We want to do pickups first.
Well, I mean, I was going to ask Tim real quick because I noticed behind him, it looks like you may have a little couple comics back there. Are you also collecting comics?
Actually, I would say that. So as a kid, I was mostly into cards. I collected some comic books, but you know, like you wanted to go and buy a pack of cards with your allowance when you were a kid. I usually didn't go buy a comic book or two. So like as an adult though, I got back into comic books because I found like just around my town or whatever, you know, going to pawn shops and stuff, I would run into them and I'd buy them up, and I just like I fell back in love with them. And so I got heavier into comics for a long time, comic books, before I even got back into comic cards. So and it's unfortunate because like it was about 2015, 2016 when I started getting back into comic books, and I completely missed out on like all the great 2016 Marvel sets, the gems and the masterpieces and all that. I had to
yeah, you got to balance it out, right?
yeah. So I ended up selling a lot of my comic books actually when I got back into cards, but I kept some of them. Like the ones on my wall are pretty much like the biggest ones I have just to enjoy.
Very cool, man. So yeah, let's jump into pickups.
Okay, you want to go first?
Yeah, we can. I have a few pickups.
Okay.
So let's see here. I'm going to make me bigger.
Oh, nice.
So this one here is the X-Men 94. It is the new X-Men cover. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's still a major key in comics, but this big guy's head right here, man, it's kind of weird on the cover there. But anyways, this is the new X-Men Begins when Sunfire leaves. Second appearance of Nightcrawler, Storm, Thunderbird, and Colossus. So that's
and so like, dude, that's when they started like the new series, right? Because like they did a couple reprints right before that, right?
Yeah, correct.
But for people that don't know, they did all new up until like when was it? Like the 60s or something?
Yeah. So with the X-Men series, I believe the first 50 issues were all like originals, right? The original leading up to that. And then they started doing reprints after that, all the way up until almost, I think, issue 100. When they started making a switch over from the old team to the new team and all that.
Cool.
But yeah, it was pretty cool book. Obviously, you see the one I got here, Giant Size X-Men. It's a 4.0 for me. Obviously, it's a lower grade, but it's definitely a book that I wanted to have in my PC. This is the second full appearance of Wolverine. So pretty cool book, man.
That's awesome.
And then the big one that finally came in was the issue number 2 of Amazing Spider-Man. It's second or third appearance of Spider-Man in a comic. His first appearance obviously being AF-15, second appearance being ASM-1, and this is his third appearance in comics, so that's also stated on the label, and this is first appearance of the Vulture. So
very cool.
Yeah, man. Pretty happy about that.
Those are nice books, man. Good key.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hitting it heavy with comics lately, and basically, obviously Venom is my PC. I'll love Venom till the day I die, but I wanted to kind of take some of the cards that were just in my collection, kind of move out of those, and then focus my attention more on major keys in comics and mainly Silver Age.
Awesome. The best. And the gold. I'm a pretty big fan of like the pre-superhero age. Like the monster books, like all the old Kirby books and stuff like that. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, what a lot of people don't know is that Jack Kirby back in the day, and some other artists as well, they came up with these prototype comic books of superheroes that eventually got picked up and became bigger in comics, right?
Love it. Like the original Hulk series, that little mini series 1 through 4. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking the other day at possibly picking up the Dr. Doom prototype called, I think Metalhead was what they called him in that comic before he became Doom in Fantastic Four, obviously.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I love that stuff.
Yep. But those were my pickups this week.
Very cool.
Josh, I think you're up. Yeah, I was trying to get my camera to work, but it's not going to happen.
Oh, I got you.
So I'll just get out of here.
Yeah, no worries. You could just flash it up like me. Yeah. Be unprofessional like me.
That's what I have to do. All right. So I was able to pick up this card, which is
make yourself big there.
Let me do that. Sorry, guys. Okay. So it's a pink. It's 73 of 75.
Very nice.
I got this for a pretty big steal. I was gonna pick it up like a while back for like $200. I was like, I don't know, and I just picked this up for 150. So
nice,
pretty good card. And then I did pick up a new one of my personal Grail cards. This Jambalaya here, Weapon X.
Cool.
So basically, Logan Wolverine nickname is Weapon X, right? So I tried to reach out to Mr. Fuxum and get this card because he's got like 20 of them, 25 of them. And I could never get a hold of him. I have his email and all that stuff. His name's Alan, right? Try to get a hold of him and everything, but he just never. He responded once, but never really got him to respond really back that well. So I was gonna pick it up like twice last year. I'm glad I didn't because I pretty much got this for a steal. So I'm happy to have that as well. And then do you have any 2012 premiere there, Tim?
I don't. No, I actually never got into the premiere sets. Yeah. Like I said, I got in late again. And so my struggle was to try to find like all the 90s cards that I was missing when I started up again.
Yeah.
And I totally didn't even think about new cards yet, And by the time I did, I was trying to pick up the 2016 masterpieces and stuff like that. And so by the time I found out about Premiere and all those really nice sets, like even the gem set, it was already too late for me on most of it.
No, for sure.
But I love those cards. I mean, they're beautiful.
So this is a patch card. It's actually equal to a case hit.
Nice.
And these patch cards, they're all kind of different variants of them because the patches are all different, is what my understanding is. But this is an awesome, like a buddy of mine just like reached out to me and said, hey, do you have any of these patch cards? I'm like, no, I don't have any of those. I have a bunch of vibranium patch cards, but none of this. So he steered me in that direction of this. So pretty thick card, pretty awesome card.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. So it's just Homogene, that one cover. Number
Very
1,
awesome card,
volume 2. So pretty sweet.
Yeah, those premiere cards were really well made too.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Sin has a Venom card from 2017 or 2019.
Yeah, let me flash up a few of them here.
Because I have a bunch of Premier cards too. I have a 2012. Oh, there it is. Let me just make you big real quick. Show people what we're talking about.
Yep.
So is that 2017 or 2019?
So this one is 2012.
Oh, that is 2012. Okay. So that's the same set as that patch comes in.
I know it's kind of hard to see because of my camera, but there's that one. And then this is 2014.
Yep.
Right there. It's a Sick Venom.
That's awesome.
And then this is 2019, which is my favorite.
Yeah, I love those 2019s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But they're so tough to, I mean, if you're going to grade them, they're beautiful cards, but if you're going to grade them, they're so tough.
Yeah.
Because I think I remember that Marvel Madness said that the packaging was tough on those. So
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean the corners and the chipping is pretty significant, I think, in that.
Because those boxes were pretty intense, weren't they?
Well, it's funny. Here's the deal, right? If you've seen one of those Premier boxes open, there's only one pack of cards,
right?
Typically in those, and then the sketch card isn't even in a pack; it's just in the box.
Okay.
And so, being shuffled around and all that stuff in a box, that sketch card, I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like the Marvel gems. The Marvel gems don't always come out, gem mint.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how that is. I mean, you get the sets that have a lot more cards, you get more odds on getting better, crisper cards, for having more. But yeah, that's kind of why Premier's so hard, I would say.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it is a set that only has like 5,000 print run, 5,000 boxes.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think it's like 4,000. The 2012. It's way low.
Yeah. That first set was super low. Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. It might even be lower than that. Someone said 2,000. I'm like, I don't know if it's that low, but I definitely think it's between 2 and 4. So, yeah. The last card I got is this hologram here.
Very nice.
This is from 2012 Marvel Beginnings. This is the hologram that I want of Wolverine.
Right, the one you were telling me about.
And so this right here, I do have some plans on that, but I'll save that for a later date to explain what I'm going to do with that. But other than that, that was my pickups myself. Tim, you get pickups. You get any pickups this week or last week? Or
actually, I'll show off these. I got these this week. It's nothing too crazy, but I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
So I found these recently. They're not Marvel cards, but these. I'm sure you guys have seen these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple Wolverines.
Yeah, I picked up a few of them. I picked up the Wolverine too. I got the Wolverine.
Yep.
Those are cool.
That's cool.
I got this week. It's actually going to be going into my Whatnot show. Most of the stuff I buy nowadays is actually going into my Whatnot.
Yeah, which is cool,
But it's a nice looking sketch. It's actually a Premier card right here. This is 2017 though.
Yeah, that's a sick Premier card.
This is actually the only Premier card I have at the moment. But
that's cool.
That came this week. But mostly when I buy actually I'll show you the last thing that I bought for myself. It did come this week, but
yeah. And then don't you have some comics coming there, Sin? They're just
I do. Okay. I have a lot of comics coming.
It's like a lot of comics coming.
Yeah, I got about I think 8 or 9 coming in the mail.
So after I talk to you, after we discuss some things, you pick some more comics up.
Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're pretty good. So can't wait to see.
You guys are going to be happy with the ones that I picked up. They represent some good characters.
Cool. Awesome.
So this is my latest PC pickup, and this was last week I got this, but I got this off of Whatnot. This is just a really cool Marvel Dangerous Divas Storm sketch card.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
I like the eyes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not familiar with the artist. I ended up finding them, and I found a few other sketches they did, but it's a nice, clean sketch. So.
You can't go wrong with the Dangerous Diva sketch. That's it,
Yeah.
So can't go
on.
wrong with that.
Very cool, man.
Awesome. Well, that's cool.
I might have got
Sweet.
something else that actually I did get something else this week, Josh, that you might actually.
Wolverine. I can smell Wolverine
He's gonna
coming.
tease you.
So I don't know if you recognize this.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very nice.
Wow.
So that's the back of the Wolverine card set. This is one of those uncut sheets.
Yeah, the uncut sheet. Wow.
Yeah, this is for the Series 1 Wolverine set.
Ooh, that is cool.
Oh no, this is the Jim Lee one.
Oh, that's Jim Lee. Yeah, that's Jim Lee.
So the Jim Lee one had the Wolverine on the back. Oh, what does this one have? This is actually the Series 1 Wolverine right here.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna see it. Okay, so there's Series 1 Wolverine, and it has a different.
Does it have
Wolverine.
this card on that sheet?
Ooh, I like that.
That's the one that's got.
Does it have
Nice.
this card on that sheet?
Yeah.
Should be the Series 1.
No, I don't see that one. Which one was it? What number is it?
It's Wolverine. It's number 30. Animal Rage.
That's weird.
Maybe not all of them are on it.
You're
That's
exactly
possible.
right. There's
I
not all
guess.
of them on it. This is one of 2 sheets.
Okay.
I just noticed that. Yep.
I mean,
And they're out of order too, which is weird.
that is
Yeah.
unique. I mean,
So
it doesn't
anyway.
surprise me with those type of cards. That's for sure. So
That's fun though.
Cool, guys. So you want to jump into our topic for the show to discuss? I know that this has been on everybody's mind this past week is Fleer Ultra Avengers. So let me share my screen so that we can talk a little bit about the set. The set's supposedly coming out sometime soon in March. I know they said the day was March 8th, but we're hoping and fingers crossed that that happens.
yeah. Yeah. So you want to just kind of go over the set a little bit? Those who don't know.
Bring it up, man. What am I doing here?
By the way, March 8th is actually a pretty solid day because it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, that's
And
usually
usually-
when they come out, right? Wednesdays.
Yeah, they usually come out on Wednesdays, and when they put a filler date, it's usually a Friday. So I think it's a pretty solid date.
Yeah, Wednesday sounds pretty good. But just to let everybody know, this is a 105 card base set, and it includes 90 base cards that are just characters, and then it has 91 through 105. It's got Silver Age characters: Black Panther, Black Widow, Captain America, Clint Barton, Hank Pym, Hercules, Hulk, Iron Man, Namor, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Thor, Vision, and Wasp. And again, those are Silver Age cards. So I'm not sure exactly if we've seen any of those yet because they're a part of the base set. I know we've seen some of the base cards. I have heard that the base cards from Fleer Ultra Avengers, they're supposed to have a background as well. Like the artist not only did the character, but did a background. And I'm pretty sure if I'm correct, the Spider-Man that was done by Tom Fleming has like a city in the background.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
His art is one of my favorite from the Fleer Ultra X-Men set.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know he's alluded to, I know he did like an entire subset or something for this Avengers set. So he's done like 10 cards or something that are like cohesive in some way, I'm pretty sure.
I know with this set, I know that Spider-Man is going to be done by Tom Fleming. Venom's going to be done by Simone Bianchi. And then E.M. Geist is actually doing Wolverine, which is pretty exciting for me.
Yeah, E.M. Geist is awesome. He does some awesome comic covers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's done a bunch of Star Wars covers with Darth Vader, and they're pretty sick.
Looks like E.M. Geist was asked to do the X-Men because
Nice.
on here it has all the X-Men that E.M. Geist is doing. It's got Archangel, Beast, Bishop, Cannonball, Captain Britain,
Nice.
Gambit.
Yeah, I
He's
think.
actually doing Gambit. There's a Gambit in this set. That is sick.
Yeah, people are going to be happy when they see his art. I mean, I'm sure he'll do a good job because I love his comic covers.
It looks like he's also doing Havoc, Quicksilver. That's cool.
Armando's wondering when the blasters will come out.
Usually, if blasters are coming out, it's usually about a week or two after.
They're not going to do blasters for this set. Those cards
said that.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
These thick cards.
But I don't know.
I would be surprised. I mean, that's cool if they do, but I would be surprised.
Maybe it was the beginnings. Because I remember.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, the beginnings makes more sense because I thought the same thing, Tim. I thought the same thing as far as like this premium product's going to do blasters. Like, how much are those going to be? Are they going to be like $90?
Yeah. It's kind of like saying, "Oh, we're going to have blasters for the masterpiece set."
But I wouldn't rule it out because I heard him say it. I swear. So I'd have to just see if we can.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the whole blast. I think it's awesome that we can find cards like in Walmart and Target and stuff now. Like there's a side to it that's, dark, but at the same time, like I think it's awesome that they're at least doing it. They're trying something,
Yeah.
But rare cards that are serial numbered, I don't see it happening.
Well, I mean, they did it with Mighty Metal, right? They didn't put any PMGs in the blaster.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's easy, because it's easy to print. You can print more if you need to, or whatever. And
I'm sure it's just going to be base cards, just like Spider-Man Metal, if they do it.
Yeah, that would be.
I wouldn't be shocked if they did do it because the print run on these Avengers are supposed to be a lot higher than some of the other premier sets. So
let's let my irritation out real quick about this set.
Well, can I do mine first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm talking about everything. Okay, so going through this whole parallel set, just to let everybody know how it's going to work. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Is there is a green foil parallel that's not going to be numbered, as well as just a regular base. And then it's going to go into an orange foil that's going to be numbered to 549. And then they have a blue foil that's going to be numbered to 360. And then they're going to have a burgundy foil, which is numbered to 141.
What are these numbers for?
Yeah.
The serial numbers.
Why didn't you choose random numbers?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I have no clue on that aspect of it.
That's crazy. Okay.
It's just unique. I don't know what they're doing because, like on the signatures one, the red foil artist auto parallels, those are numbered to 63.
Oh wow! So it's been 49 in the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then it goes from 63 on the auto parallels to, let's skip the 101s for a second, and we go to the number to 13 animation cells that are red autos. So there's going to be a clear animation cell that actually is going to be an auto as well. And that's going to be unique because it's going to be on a suspended animation type card. I'm just kind of picturing as thick as like an X-Century card or something that's thick like glass, or one of those X cuts. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
The X cuts, that 2018 Flare Ultra X-Men had those X cuts. They're thick cards. I wonder if it's going to be like that, where it's going to be kind of like a plexi sketch.
Yeah.
Like a plexi auto.
Yeah. And then they did like that stained glass one for Flare that was kind of the same material.
Yeah.
It could be that material. Yeah.
Well, and I'm trying to think if it says animation red cell auto parallel, that's going to have some color to it, where the other just regular animation cells not numbered. So
the 63, I think, comes from, and I might be wrong here, but I think I'm right, is issue number 1. Yeah. Venom Collector just said it. Issue number 1 of Avengers came out in 1963.
Those numbers have got to mean something because that's just a little random.
So 141 means X-Men 141, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Or Avengers 141. Which one makes more sense?
It would be Avengers, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, something of importance. I don't know what is important about issue 141 of Avengers.
How about 360?
Nope. They're not important in the comic book world. Like, if they are, they're not talked about very much.
I'm sure it does mean something. Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. But yeah, Venom Collector, I agree with him. Issue 1 came out in 1963, so that makes sense. They kind of did a similar thing with the Spidey Metal with the AF-15.
Yeah.
Then just to wrap up the base stuff, you got the Gold Spectrum foil parallel, which is a 1 of 1. And then obviously the printing plates, all 4 colors of each card. So that's what we got going on the base. And then Jambalaya set. There's a bunch of other first appearance parallels and all that stuff. This might make a little more sense to some. But that's where the extra characters come from that are on the base set. The first appearances, I guess. There's numbered to 15. That's what it is. So out of the base set, you get 90 cards plus 15 cards and their first appearances of those characters. Wonder Man, Bill Foster, Hank Pym, Black Knight, Vision, Valkyrie, Mantis, Hyperion, Scott Lang, Yellow Jacket, Maria Hill, Iron Lad, Hulking, Kate Bishop, and Iron Patriot. So a lot of these like Jambalayas that are after those characters, it's because it's their first appearance. Like it's what is that? It's celebrating their first appearance at least. So, but the Jambalaya set's the last thing I'll talk about, and then I'll let Sin vent a bit. But on the Jambalaya set, the only thing that I'm just kind of frustrated with is there's no Spider-Man, there's no Wolverine, and all that are on Jambalayas are like, we got Black Panther, we got Thor, we got Iron Man, Hulk. We got those main ones, but then we got probably 20 different ones out of the 30 of the set. And they're all just like mediocre characters. I just wish they would take top characters and just use top characters for those bigger Jambalaya, inserts, So.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the things I was going to bring up. Tim, what do you think about that?
I feel like they've been, like, I think we talked about this a little bit ago, but like they've been spreading that around a little bit in their sets recently, where they've been moving like some of the top tier characters to different parts of the base set, like in Masterpieces, how the tier 4 are not all top characters anymore. And I feel like, I don't know why they'd be doing that other than maybe just to give everybody a more of a chance to collect, the whole subset or something. But like Josh is saying, it's kind of like, especially when that's your thing, like when you like the Jambalaya and you just want to collect that. Because I remember, 6 years ago or whatever, when you would do that, it like those were kind of like reserved for the best characters. They always put the top characters in them,
right?
For that reason, because they wanted them to be really cool and really nice. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that, but
yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I mean, especially the Jambalayas, in my opinion, is the spotlight of that set. It's basically the centerpiece, as you can see in this image, right? And then everything else just trickles down from that Jambalaya insert set. And to not have, the Spider-Mans, the Wolverines, the Venom, the main characters not be in there, I don't know what kind of a decision that was or who made that call, but I'm sure there'll be some pretty upset fans out there for that.
What are the star-looking ones called? I have a feeling those ones are going to be kind of popular.
Well, they're called Ultra Stars, Tim, but they're not any characters to rave about, though.
No.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find them real quick.
Yeah, what they're probably trying to do is they're probably just trying to bring to light the other characters that were pretty meaningless in the past, and they're trying to bring them out to have fan favorite people
Right.
start to like him again, I guess.
Or do you think like maybe they'll bring some of them into the MCU eventually or something? Maybe that's part of their plan too, is to, some characters that are starting to maybe appear soon. They want to kind of start getting them into the mix, but I don't know. It's like
possible.
with Gambit, we were talking about how Gambit's back, and they put him on the ban list, for like 4 or 5 years before 2020 Masterpieces, and like for what? The movie didn't even come out or anything, so I just don't. Some of the stuff they do is just beyond. I don't understand.
So
Yeah, it's just weird.
The Ultra Stars has 50 cards, anywhere from Ant-Man, Ares, Baron Zemo, Black Knight, Black Panther, Black Widow, Captain America, Captain Britain, Captain Marvel, Daredevil, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Falcon, Gamora, Goliath, Hawkeye, Hellcat, Hercules, Hulking. Or is that Hulkling? That's Hulkling. Hulkling. Sorry. Iron Fist, Iron Lad, Iron Man, Jessica Jones, Loki, Luke Cage. MODOK is in here quite a bit. Malekith. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Maria Hill, Nick Fury, Patriot, Red Skull, Ronan the Accuser, Ego, the Living Planet, Sentry, She-Hulk, Spectrum, Speed, Stature, Swordsman, Thanos, Thor, Jane Foster, Ultron, Vision, War Machine, Wasp, Winter Soldier, and Wonder Man. So out of that whole thing, there's might be 10 of them that I'd want to maybe collect. Like there's just not what I would picture, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, as a completionist, because that's like how I try to do sets. It's kind of a bummer. You know what I mean? Like it'll make it easier to collect some of them. I feel.
Yeah.
They'll be cheaper,
Oh,
but
sure.
at the same time, it's probably going to make it harder to collect the other ones. The ones you really want.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I don't know.
The medallions are going to be unique. The medallions have. I didn't know that the medallions had this, but they've got like an amethyst. They've got a gold, and these are the gold is numbered to 200. Got the platinum number to 100. Got the rubies numbered to 65.
Is that She-Hulk one on the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet those will be nice.
The medallions, those are numbered to 25. The medallion sapphires, and then there's emeralds, numbered to 10. So those medallion cards are going to be one that is going to be an insert that's numbered just kind of like the planet metals or something like that. Just they're just basically a different serial number of each of the actual medallion cards.
Oh, I can see those being the.
And then you have the black opal. Sin, you were right on that. That's the medallion that has that.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be one of the insert sets that people go after as far as value is concerned. I mean, that's probably where they're going to get the most bang for their buck for their boxes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
there is one insert though that I think you'd be interested in. Sin.
What's that?
Here we go. Comic clippings coinage.
Oh, I like those coinage cards.
Avengers 1, 2, 3, Avengers 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, 11, 13, 16, 19, 28, 35, 43, 47, 48, 52, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 67, 70, 71, 83, 85, 87, 93, 94, 95, 96, 102, 115, 125, 128, 144, 151, 183, 185, 195, 196.
Yeah, probably the only ones I'd be interested in are the first issue.
The first issue. Nice. Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, I've got one here from Marvel Ages. It
Okay.
might look similar to this, but basically what they do is they put the coins from the year that the comic was released. So these are like from 1965 or whatever these coins are, 1970 in this one. But they give you the exact amount that it would cost to buy the comic book from the day. So the lower the amount of money that you have in here, obviously, the older the comic book that you get. So this one's out of 15, and I've got 15 cents in there.
So
Pretty
you
cool.
know how the comic covers? So there's those coinage cards, right? The coinage cards, there's 12 of them only. Of number 1. And then when you get up to
it was 12-cent comic.
Go ahead.
It was a 12-cent comic.
Oh, okay.
So there's 12.
That's what it is. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It says there's only 12 of them, so they must be going off of the cents too. So, and then starting at what is it? Avengers 67, you got 15. And then once you get up to Avengers 93, it's 25.
Yeah.
And then once you get up to 183, it's 40 cents. So there's only 40 of them. So basically whatever that cost is or whatever, like you said, Tim, that's how many there are. That's pretty crazy.
And I mean, they'll probably put coins in them like they did these other ones, I assume. I don't know what they would put in I guess a quarter and a nickel would be in the 40-cent ones.
Yeah.
So then there's comic covers there, Sin.
Nice.
And the comic cover ones, this is unique because Avengers 1, there's only one of them.
Oh, wow.
Avengers 2, there's 2 of them, and so on. So it goes up to what? There's 108 Avengers 108s.
Oh, wow.
And there's 83 83s. Okay, that's how it is. So whatever number Avengers comic it is, that's how many comic cover cards that there is of that year. So that's unique, right?
Yeah, that's pretty unique. Yeah, the issue 1 is obviously going to be the toughest to get. I don't think that one's going to get, if it gets pulled, I don't think anybody's going to let that one go.
Yeah, that's going to be a crazy one there.
Yeah,
that might be one of the most valuable in the set. Like it's
you say it's the cover and there's only one, because when Spidey Metal did the covers, for example, that ASM 300 that Spidey Hits was able to acquire with EPAC achievement, how is that going to work with a 1-of-1 cover of issue 1 for Avengers? Is it going to be just a piece of the cover and you have the 1-of-1, or are they going to do the entire cover itself?
Well, so I think it's the entire cover. The only reason I say that is typically it calls it a comic clipping, like if it's a clipping of it, right? And I can't remember exactly what that insert was called from Spider-Man Metal. That was numbered to 15 for the AF-15. You know what I'm talking about there?
Yeah.
When Alonzo pulled. I don't know exactly what that set's called. That card was called. Wasn't too into the Spider-Man set, but clippings typically are part of the comic, and then if it's a cover, it's typically the cover. So we'll see what it is, I guess. But I haven't seen any pictures.
Gotcha.
So we'll have to.
We'll have to wait and see.
So do we know any news about when this is potentially going to come out?
They say the 8th of March. Yeah, they say the 8th of March, but
that was what we were talking about earlier. So maybe, 2 weeks from now? When is that?
Well, and Upper Deck just put out a release saying that it was coming soon.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's probably right. They usually say something like a week before it comes out. So.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's the case too. I mean, if it's not the 8th, they might push it 1 or 2 weeks, but I don't see it going past March is what I think, because what they said, it's coming soon. So, but what's funny is I thought we were going to get Allure before this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what they talked about, it seemed like we were getting Allure first, and then Beginnings, and then this set, but I guess it's all backwards. I don't know.
It could all be coming 1 month at a time. like we could have it, back to back months. Who knows?
All right, enough about the Fleer Ultra Avengers here. What's our MCU news here?
Yeah. Let's dive into that. So,
Okay.
let's start it off with probably the most interesting news that I came across this past week was the
What's up, Izzy?
possibilities of Tom Holland playing a live action role in Across the Spider-Verse. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but
I did not.
Yeah,
A
there's
live
talks.
action role.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that throw it off a little bit?
You'd think, right?
Hey, I mean, anything happens in the Spider-Verse, right?
Anything happens in the multiverse.
Yeah, I mean, they in Multiverse of Madness, they were crossing over all kind of crazy universes, and you never know. Maybe the live action universe blends, cross paths with the Spider-Verse. Who knows?
Yeah,
but I thought it was pretty interesting. I wanted to bring it up and see what you guys thought about it. If you guys think that that's a good move or a bad move.
It's an interesting move.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know exactly how I feel about that, to be honest. I thought they were going to keep it totally separate, the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales, at least until we saw a live action Miles Morales. Then I could see, Spider-Man coming in, or Tom Holland coming in. But is this going to be an animation version of Tom Holland, or is this?
No, they were talking that it could be just Tom Holland as himself in a live action role blended with a cartoon.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. It gives me like every time I see the cartoons with the people, like, I mean, you think Space Jam and stuff because that's like the most recent, but I always think of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like back in the day.
What was that?
Cool World.
World with Brad Pitt, right?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
But I mean, we've never really seen one that's opposite, like where it's like all tunes and then you get like a live action person.
A live action person, yeah. I mean, we'll see. Maybe this is their way of bringing over a live action Miles down the road.
Yeah.
Who knows? But wanted to bring that up to you guys. Pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
So I saw this here. Someone over at somewhere close to Marvel came up and said this week that Anthony Mackie came out and said that Captain America is not dead. That he's somewhere in the verse, and we could be getting Cap back. Who knows? I mean, I saw that and I was like, it makes sense. I mean, nobody dies in the multiverse, right?
So can I add on to this?
Yeah.
They talked about Harrison Ford coming in the MCU. Who would he be? Would he be Captain America old?
No. So,
or do you think they would bring back Chris Evans as old?
They were talking about Chris Evans coming back somehow. But Harrison Ford's going to be the Red Hulk.
Red Hulk. Okay.
Yeah, he's
I couldn't remember what they.
So what I've heard is this might be. I might have just heard this wrong, but like they might be planning like a reset of like the timeline of everything. So like they get to the end, they get to Kang, and like something happens and like it resets the timeline or something into where like nothing really ever happened, and so they can go back to the beginning and use like some of the same characters again and do it like a completely different storyline. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them, but
hey, multiverse can do anything, right?
Yeah. No, and that's a great point because Kang's all about timelines, right? And there's so many different timelines out there that he's going to manipulate, and that's another reason why I brought up this clip here is because the guy that came out with the saying that Kang is going to be killing off a lot of people in the coming years. So they put up this little pick here to see actually who's going to get the axe. But Kang is going to be taking out a lot of heroes in this phase.
That's interesting.
Yep. Next up, Mr. Namor.
Mr. Collector said, "Hey everyone, smash the like button. Appreciate that, man. Smash
Yeah,
that
Mr.
like
Collector, we
button.
appreciate you, buddy. Help that algorithm.
Yeah, help that algorithm. I think Izzy's
Um,
still. I don't know if Izzy's still in here. He said hi.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Fucking it. Harrison Ford is Red Hulk. Here we go. All right, man. Go ahead.
No, yeah. Namor. So Namor's back in the news. There's talks that he's going to be in Kang Dynasty, and that he also could be teaming up with either the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, or X-Men down the road. He has crossed over many different comics. He's been in Avengers. He's been in the X-Men comics.
He's one of my favorite.
Namor or
Yeah.
Namor?
Yeah. I mean, because he goes back to like the pre-superhero stuff again. Like he was there. One of the originals.
Yep.
And so I actually collect. I actually have one. I only have one of his Golden Age books, but I have one.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, he was there with Human Torch and Captain America back in the 40s.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, in the comics, I think it's and I could be wrong here, but I think it's the Fantastic Four run where he's picked up by Doctor Doom, and he teams up with Doctor Doom to take on the Fantastic Four. So it's a possibility. Also, he teams up with Magneto as well in the comics. So he has a little, we kind of saw that in the post-credit scenes. If you haven't seen Black Panther 2 in the post-credit scenes, you kind of see a little bit of that, kind of like, his playing nice with Wakanda for now, but he could become a baddie down the road. So next, and this is the last thing we'll bring up this week. I think it's one of the biggest things, which is kind of cool because I love the Walking Dead, and we have Steven, and I'll probably butcher his last name, Ewan, who it's been confirmed he's coming to the Thunderbolts, and he's supposed to be playing a major role in the Thunderbolt movie, because in the comics there is a Hulk in the Thunderbolts, the modern Thunderbolts comic, and what they're talking about is that he could be playing Amadeus Choi, which is the Asian version of the Hulk.
Amadeus Cho. Yeah.
Amadeus Cho. Yep.
Cool.
So that his first appearance was Amazing Fantasy 15, but the modern one, obviously not the Amazing Fantasy 15 from Spider-Man, but the modern comic has been exploding this week in sales. So a lot of people are kind of like thinking that he could be coming in as the Asian Hulk in the Thunderbolts movie, and then go on to become an Avenger. And
I know our buddy Stacking Gems has a bunch of cards of Amadeus Cho.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he showed me. He's got some vibranium.
Well, he's probably going to be happy if it pans out. He's probably going to be happy. I love this character. Glenn.
Oh, I love him. Glenn in Walking Dead. Like, he's awesome.
He was awesome.
Everybody loved him, and everybody hated when he died.
Yeah, great actor. Bringing him in is going to be pretty sweet. So Marvel's been doing that lately. They've been bringing in some great actors from other series. They're bringing in Emilia Clarke, who was obviously Daenerys in Game of Thrones. She's got a role in Secret Invasion. That she'll be coming into the MCU, so they're going out and trying to get the best actors to try and keep up the pace with the audience and their attention.
Well, pretty much, if you're not in the MCU, you're not that great of an actor or something, because like every single popular actor seems like they're taking at least one role of some kind of superhero type.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for Keanu Reeves. They keep talking about bringing him over.
He's been offered a bunch of different times, I think, and he's turned it down.
Yeah, I think he just hasn't picked the person that he wants to play. I think he'd be a great Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
but who knows? And then you have Nicolas Cage that they're talking that he could be Spider-Man Noir over at Sony, and that I could see that because it's going to be set in the 1930s.
Tim's like, no.
I don't like that idea. I mean, they need to stop.
Go ahead and tell us, Tim.
They need to stop with that. I mean, there's so many other actors out there that would probably deserve that role. So, and I mean, it's not the fact that he's just getting old and stuff. I just feel like they need to stop like playing that card with, like even like Christian Bale. I don't want to say too much, but like I feel like somebody better could have done gore, or I don't know. I just feel like they reach a little bit too far on some of that stuff.
Yeah,
like it was built on like the whole Marvel, the studios, Marvel Studios. Was built on like bringing kind of these newer actors, not always, but a lot of them were newer actors that they built up into these roles. Like Chris Hemsworth is a good example. Like he wasn't necessarily new to movies, but like not a whole lot of people knew who he was before he took on the Thor role.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I feel like they should give it to like younger, more deserving people out there.
Well, I hope they do the same thing when they bring in the X-Men and when they bring in Fantastic Four. They actually go after actors that we don't really know that well, but they've been vetted behind the scenes as being good actors, and they just haven't been given a chance yet, and then they take off and they get a chance, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully they do that with Fantastic Four and X-Men, because at least I think I could have a lot of you agree Fantastic Four was a flop, and they just keep killing that series.
They keep doing it, but we got Captain America out of the Human Torch.
True.
So
and we got Deadpool out of Green Lantern, right?
Yeah, right. Deadpool out of Deadpool, out of that weird Deadpool.
Yeah, the Weapon 11 or Weapon 10 or whatever.
Yeah, that was weird.
Weapon 11 or something. Yeah, it's weird.
But there's like no apologies in the Marvel universe.
I think Deadpool fixed that though. He killed him, I think.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It's going to be interesting when that movie starts rolling around, man. I'm pretty eager to see how the story is going to pan out and who's coming in, and how they're how they're writing that story, how Ryan Reynolds is writing that story with Hugh Jackman. So
we don't forget. I just remembered this, but we're talking about the Avengers, and Tim, you have something that you want to.
Yeah. Oh yes,
you want to give to as a giveaway to the listeners here.
Yeah, so you all know me. I can't do a video without giving something away. So we do a lot of giveaways in the group. We're actually going to do one when we get to about 4,000. We're going to do another big group giveaway.
Oh, cool.
But so this was something that I got recently that I bought just a lot of cards that I generally use to like resell on Whatnot. And this was one of the cards that I got. And I'm not a huge, this is going to sound weird, I'm not a huge sketch card collector. I have very few. But so this was something that I figured maybe somebody else would enjoy more than me. But since we're talking about Avengers, it's a sketch card, and it came from the Avengers set from, what was it, 2015?
2015 Avengers?
Yeah, so it was the Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, okay.
Card set. And the artist is Tina Berardi. I'm not sure who that is, but I'll go ahead and show you guys the card. So we got a cap and a Black Widow, it looks like.
Very cool.
Sweet.
So not a bad looking card there, but I figured I would give that away to one of you guys watching tonight. So I'll let Josh explain how to do that.
Yeah, no, you're good. We're just gonna do probably just hashtag Tim.
Yeah,
we appreciate him being on. So hashtag Tim, and we will go ahead and start the giveaway tool here.
You all just message me afterwards. Find me on Facebook or whatever. And
let me just pull it up here real quick. Share screen, and then go giveaway tool. Share that. All right. Can you see that okay?
Yep. Go ahead and
just do the hashtag.
Start collecting the comments.
Hashtag Tim.
Just hold on 1 second, folks. All right, now go ahead, guys, and
Yeah, go ahead and it started collecting them right now. So go
Now you
ahead and
gotta start
enter
doing it
again.
again.
We'll give you permission to enter again if you already did it. So
yep.
awesome. If
Hashtag Tim.
yep. So go ahead. We'll probably talk a little bit more. We'll probably give it about 5-10 minutes. Maybe we can get up to at least 15 to 20. We'll see what happens. So
So one
Cool.
thing we didn't talk about that just released recently, did anybody get into that Falcon and Winter Soldier set?
so
It's
we did
another
a
one of
couple,
the MCU sets.
yeah, we did a
Yeah.
couple box breaks. There was one on Spidey's channel, and then one on we did a box break on it was just some of us on the Marvel Roundtable. I don't know if you watched
Nice.
that there, Tim, but we did that, and I didn't see an auto pulled from that.
Yeah.
The boxes that I've seen, I saw more Scarlet Witch autos than out of this Winter Soldier. So I'm not sure exactly out of that, but I do know that there is that vibranium card from that set, and it's a pretty sick
Yeah.
card, is what I thought. So
Yeah. We pulled one. I opened 2 boxes. I pulled one of those, but nothing else. I mean, I got a couple film cell cards, which were cool.
okay.
But nothing big like an auto or anything like that. I still haven't seen one.
Was the vibranium one, was it a dual or was it a single?
It was a single, and I can't even remember the character.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really cool. I like how they die cut it.
Yeah, I
You
thought
know,
I thought that was cool. Yeah,
yeah.
the way they did
Yeah.
that. For
Cool.
sure.
And
You
those
guys
are
will-
substantial. Like any of those metal inserts that they make, like I like how they feel in your hand. You know, they just have a nice weight to them.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
like those too.
You guys going into any kind of shows coming up soon? I know it's kind of left field, that question, but
Well, I actually I didn't plan anything this year, but I really want to go to one of the Dallas card shows.
Yeah.
It's not too far from me, and I want to make a trip down there at one point. You know, I know
I
they have them like throughout the year a bunch. So
I'm trying to work on getting my wife to approve me going in May.
okay,
May last year was a big card show.
is that the time to go?
I think so. At least that's what time last year. It was one of the biggest shows that I've actually been to, and it had really good audience and all that stuff. And being kind of in the middle of the year, I think it's just going to bring more people into that. So I know some people are planning on the Nationals. It's just the Nationals just seems a little big for me, myself. But I think Dallas Card Show isn't out of the question for me.
Yeah,
See how
I
things
might
go.
start planning for May then. Let's just go together.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
That's sick.
there you go.
I'll try to lock in a yes from my wife. I'm gonna keep on working on it.
Well, my wife wants to go to the beach this year, so she's like, "You can go to whatever card thing you want to this year."
Nice.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I have just next month at the end of the month is Mint Collective here in Vegas. So
Oh, Mr. No Name Rick, he actually lives down in Dallas.
nice.
So
Okay.
that's cool.
I'm actually going to be in Vegas I'm turning 40 this year. So I'm going to be in Vegas on my birthday in August. We go every 5 or so years. It's been a while. But
Very nice.
unfortunately, my birthday is in August, so it's going to be hot as hell, but it'll be fun.
It is. It'll be probably in the hundreds.
Yeah.
So awesome, man. So let's
You still gonna be there in Vegas?
Around that time is when I'll be gone. So
Yeah.
I'll just mention I'm moving back to Florida. So
wow.
around that time I'll be back in Florida. And I just want to get back to the East Coast. East Coast has so many shows that the West Coast does not have. I mean, the West Coast has San Diego Comic-Con, but that's just one, right? And it has other shows, but I don't know. The East Coast just feels better when it comes to that type of the type of shows that I want to go to in the cons.
Very cool.
All right, so we're at 9 entries. Anybody who hasn't entered, go ahead and enter. I think we're losing people. So
yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and just do the drawing. We got 9.
Can we get to 10? One
Let's
more.
see.
Anybody else?
Hashtag Tim, guys. If you haven't
Hashtag Tim,
hashtag
guys.
Tim in the comments,
Let's
now's
do
the
it.
time.
What if I enter it? That won't work, will it? Oh, we got.
Oh, it will.
I'll enter it.
There you go.
If
Yeah.
you enter and you win, then we have to do it again.
Oh, wait. We got one more. Maybe it's coming in.
Is it coming in?
I don't know. You might have already done it once.
Yeah. Hashtag Tim. You get a.
Well, 9's okay. I'll throw this back up there.
There's 10.
All right, here we go.
All right, Josh, you better not win.
I better not win. What do you mean? That's not the rule.
The rule is we can't win. Our viewers have to win.
I'm viewing it too. I'm just kidding.
All right. Let's
Okay,
draw.
you ready for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's do it.
Who's it going to be? Boom. Armando.
All right.
Armando,
Congratulations, man.
DL6237. What a good job, buddy. Congrats.
Nice. Make sure you send your information over to Tim so he can get that awesome card over to you, man.
Yeah, I think we've talked to each other before, so I think he knows how to hit me up.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. That was
very nice
didn't
of
have
you, man.
to do that, and that was awesome.
Not a problem, man. That was fun.
So I wanted to kind of not go way in depth of the difference between the groups. I'm part of both groups, just to let everyone know. But one thing unique about Tim's group is you can actually show off your own art, right?
Yeah.
Your own sketch cards and all that stuff. So it doesn't have to be licensed like the other group.
So we got some like strict rules against like altered cards.
Okay.
Like say you're like reprinting somebody's art, like that's not good. Yeah. But like if it's, you've been seeing a lot of people that alter cards, or like they'll take cards and cut them up and like make new things out of them. And like I love that stuff. I mean I'm all about it. Like I think it's great. Yeah. As long as you're not like trying to sell somebody else's art, I'm all about it. So
okay. Yeah, cool. And that was cool because I think I posted a couple of my own sketch cards, and I wanted just to see everybody else, like as a collector, let's see your best work, is I think what I said or something like that. And it was just a fun thing to do, every once in a while. I like to just kind of do something fun like that, on the posts. So
yeah, absolutely. I love seeing it.
Your group, man. So.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of like one of the, I think, like I said in the beginning, like I invited a lot of artists as well as like, actual Marvel card lovers, because that's part of it. Like I wanted it to be flooded with Marvel art, not only licensed art, but, and then especially in the beginning, I was always finding like published art and posting it in the group and trying to share lots of like published Marvel work and stuff. But like now I encourage everybody, if you've got something that's Marvel card related that you want to share, it's what the group's for. So
Mr. No Namer Rick, he brought up what are your thoughts on the mini boxes popping up lately?
I got one. You want to see it?
He's like, isn't that basically taking someone else's art? I'm like, to me, if it's like a set, and it's already produced and something mini, it's just cool to see. So
okay, so the reason why I'm considering this art is because nobody's going to mistake this for a real box or a real pack of 1992 Marvel Masterpieces. He did not shrink it down with a ray gun. Like, it's literally a piece of art because he made this painstakingly with his hands, even though he found the art and put it all together to, remake the boxes and all that kind of stuff. And I do a lot of that too. Like when I do my binder art and stuff like that, I have to find all these elements and remake some of them and stuff. And it really is a process. And it's not like he's taking these and reselling them as 92 Masterpieces boxes. The people that are buying these and getting his art are because they appreciate like how much work he put into it, the fine art aspect of it. Yeah. And that's why, I consider it like that.
Yeah. So
is that the same guy that did those mini boxes of Marvel Gems?
Yes. Yeah. I actually sent him one of my Marvel Gems boxes so that he could, dissect it and everything. Because, like, oh, man, that if you've never seen a Marvel Gems box, that's a complicated box.
Yeah.
Super complicated. But he recently did, like, for Spidey Hits for Justin. He did the Marvel Snap card set, the digital game.
Yep.
He made like a physical card set and put it in a box for him. So
because he's called the mini. What is it? The mini guy.
Yeah, mini GI or GY, I think is how
yeah, mini.gy or something.
Yeah. But
that's
cool.
I don't know. I really like it. I can
cool.
I can see how some people would say it's like reprinting art and stuff, but I think especially when you see it in hand, you're like, I mean, come on. It's obviously just like a piece of fine art, you know.
I might have to send him one of my vibranium boxes and say, go at it, man.
Yeah, he doesn't just do Marvel too, and that's the thing. Like, he does everything. He doesn't even just do cards. He'll take anything. He's got like aerosol cans that he's shrunk down to like these little tiny sizes, and pretty much anything he thinks is cool, he'll make something tiny out of it. So
that's crazy. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So if Sin wanted a mini comic, like was like a little graded mini comic, I wonder if he could do something like that.
Oh yeah, probably.
Man,
he makes little top loaders for his card.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, do you hear that? He can make you a little CGC slab.
Dude, he can give me an AF-15 and a 9.8 CGC. That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier there.
Look at that.
Little tiny top loader.
Dude.
That is awesome.
And that's the promo card version of that Hulk, right?
Yeah, that's the promo card, yeah.
That is awesome, man.
That is so sick.
But
that's artistic, right? I mean, it probably takes a lot of time to do stuff like that.
Well, it's designing and all that stuff to make it that small. I mean, that's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Very cool, man.
Thanks for sharing that, Tim. It gives
no problem.
Some of our viewers just kind of an idea of some of the cool stuff out there. So
yeah.
Brittany says, OMG, that is so dang cool. So that's cool. He did a Pearl Jam album. No way.
So there's a good question. Mr. No Name was saying that he thinks it's cool, but he was wondering what the original artist would say. And when I like have ran into that with other artists, like especially doing the binder art that I do, like sometimes I actually get the like blessing from the artist. Like Tom Fleming has sent me like high quality images to use, and I've helped him out in different ways, and so like a lot of the time it's praise because like you're fulfilling something that somebody wants, like using their art. But then other times, like it's especially with like certain artists, they get really offended about that, reproducing their art in any way. But
I think, like you said, as long as you're kind of reaching out and you approach them on it and say, hey, what do you think about it, type of thing, there's something to say about that. Swish Rips actually said there's people that make keychains with mini encapsulated comics, so I imagine it's possible. So
I want my 9.8 AF-15
little keychain.
Cool.
Oh man, that's cool. So well, cool deal, man. Like if chat has anything else they want us to talk about, I mean, that's pretty much it for tonight. I think. Sin, do you have anything else at all that you wanted to discuss?
No. I just want to thank Tim.
Can you explain kind of what you're doing with your logo a little bit different? Because we can do that, right?
Yeah. So the logo is going to change a little bit. I mean, it was Sin City Cards and Comics, but now it's going to become Sin City Comics and
with an X.
With an X. So stay tuned for that new logo to come out. I'm kind of excited to be taking on more of a comic role with Marvel Bros and Friends, while my partner in crime, Marvel Madness, focuses on the Marvel card side of it. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be obviously collecting Marvel cards anymore. I'm definitely going to be doing that, but mainly my
Marvel
focus will be
cards, Star Wars cards,
all types,
Mario Brother cards. We're
Every,
not against any
anything,
sport
man.
card.
Funko Pops, video games, whatever you guys collect, man.
Yeah.
We all love it here at Marvel Bros. So
Tim actually, I think, collects bandanas, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I got that one on the wall back there that I got from the Secret Santa.
Oh,
Very
dude,
nice.
that looks so sick.
So
Very nice.
one thing that I collect that I think a lot of people haven't started collecting again, or maybe won't collect, is Pogs. I've started collecting Pogs again, especially like obviously the Marvel ones and the X-Men ones. But
Yep.
I've been finding like sealed boxes of Pogs over the years, and I just kind of hoard them because I'm expecting them to to get popular again. I don't know.
Nice.
Funny thing about Pogs is I have my sets from when I was a kid still. And all the Marvel ones I picked out and set aside. So I have all these Marvel ones set aside and I put them in like little sleeves and top loaders.
Nice.
just separate from the other ones that I play with my kids.
Yeah.
I have a slammer, it's called a slammer mat.
Yeah.
As well as a slammer board. And then I got like some metal slammers, some plastic slammers, and then we got the Pogs, and we'll play them. We'll play them for like an hour or two, and the kids think it's fun. So
yeah, I did the same thing. I got a bunch for my kids, like non-Marvel ones.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah,
keep the Marvel ones.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have actually a sealed pack about, I don't know, it's about this big, of a bunch of, there's a Wolverine slammer and like 8 to 10 different Pogs inside of Wolverine. So
yeah, actually, I think I have one of those.
You might even have that.
Yeah, I think I have one of those somewhere.
Yeah. So
very cool. Well, Tim, man, thanks so much for stopping by. We
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
your time, man. It was good to meet you, and I'm sure our viewers enjoyed your time as well, man. So why don't you tell everybody here how to find yourself out there? Go ahead and give some shout outs to your social media and how to find you.
Yeah, so the easiest way to find the group and to find me is probably to find the group, but I actually made it pretty easy. If you go to www.marvelcards.us, it'll take you right to the Facebook page. And I promote that a lot on my whatnot too, but I also have have a lot of websites, but my Marvel related website, I guess, would be Tim Does Art. If you go to timdoesart.com, that'll take you to like where I do all of my binder art covers and stuff like that for people. And then it's got links to all my other websites and stuff for like my professional job that I do every day. So.
And just for those viewing and all that stuff, I'll get that stuff from Tim and I'll put it in the notes and stuff for you guys to go to those links and all that stuff if you want to. So I'll get them from you. So,
oh yeah, man. I appreciate you guys.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, yeah. Thanks, guys, for viewing. You know the drill. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Another episode in the books. So we look forward to next week. And I'll send you guys off, man.
Yeah, and one last thing. Sin City Cards and Comics is now going to be Sin City Comics. You can check him out on Instagram. He is actually doing at least one weekly show of comics where he's actually selling comics to a bunch of people. And they're not just like basic 90s comics. These are Silver Age comics, guys. He's got some fire. Definitely go check out his Instagram because he's focusing on helping that comic community. And if we can get more comic collectors into just talking about the hobby in general and make this a whole big family, that's our main goal. So
exactly. Absolutely right, man. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Awesome. Okay, guys. You guys take care. Have a good night.
You too. Have a good night.